Hi guys, hope you're doing well. This is Lewis here, and just making a quick video because what I've decided to do is do something a little bit differently. Just seen on the tram there, 111. For anyone who's interested in numerology, 111 actually is a very spiritual number. Usually you see 111 when there's something positive, or guides or angels are trying to look out for you a little bit. When you're in the vortex of life, of manifestation, you tend to see it quite a lot. But anyway, I digress. But yeah, what I'm doing this video for is because what I'm going to do is I'm going to start doing some vlogs. I just think sometimes when you're doing a nutritional balancing program, it's probably difficult sometimes to realise, what people do or what practitioners do, or throughout the day, because there's a lot of things to do, and it's difficult to kind of organise yourself, balance yourself out. So yeah, I thought I'd kind of do something a little bit different, do a vlog. Also, I usually have a lot of things to talk about, so by doing some sort of video log on a regular basis, it means that I can kind of get out some of my thoughts onto paper. Well, not onto paper, onto video, which hopefully means that there's extra content going to get put out there on the YouTube channel. So, what's been going off? Well, very grateful really to Luke in the fact that he kind of put me on to cryptocurrency a few months back. Kind of kicked myself a little bit because I was quite into Bitcoin when I was 19, so what's that, 6-7 years back. But yes, I've invested in some cryptocurrency, especially Ethereum. I know we talk about it a lot on the channel at the moment, but the more I understand Ethereum, and especially because I come from an IT background, I'm a web designer, so I kind of understand what they've created. And I truly think that the platform and the currency and the software that they've created is gonna be a big thing in people's lives in the future, in the very near future. It's difficult to explain what Ethereum actually is, I think. It's not really just a currency, a digital currency. What it is basically is it's a platform where people can attach pieces of software onto it. I suppose if you think about an iOS on the iPhone, like an iOS, and you have apps on top of the iOS system, well, it's like that, but it allows people all the way around the world to create these apps, and they're called smart contracts. And basically what they do is they perform if-then functions. And I know that's probably confusing to a lot of people, but I'll give you an example. Uber is obviously a huge company doing taxi services, and basically you have this huge company, and I go on my app and I send money to Uber. Uber then goes to the driver of the taxi, and the driver says yes, goes back to Uber, comes back to me, etc. So what we're talking about is a middleman. There's always a middleman involved in everything. Gmail's the middleman in emails. Google's the middleman in search engines. And what Ethereum does is you can create these apps, but they're automatic, so they don't need a middleman. So somebody literally could create an Uber that runs on this software platform, but there's no need for a middleman. It basically figures out everything, pays the driver what the driver is owed. You can track where cars are. I mean, it's basically, you know, a brain, a supercomputer, without really the need for any type of middlemen. So can you think about the applications? Facebook, you could create a Facebook application on top of the Ethereum platform, and literally you've got a social media system. You can create a email system on this platform, and nobody's in control of it. It kind of runs itself. So can you understand kind of how this can be implemented in today's day and age? I mean, the benefits are, it's cheaper, but the biggest benefit really is that it's decentralized. It means that no one's in control of it. So it means that the information shared is totally open source. You know, no one's going to be suppressing information. So it's very difficult to hack because everyone basically knows what's going on. This is why the currency is becoming so popular, because all the transactions are basically accounted for on the system. You can see it, you know, on thousands and thousands of different computers. So it's very difficult really to hack, whereby if you had a central bank, for example, you could kind of go into their system, hack it, but with something like Ethereum or Bitcoin, you would literally have to go and hack thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of computers that have stored the transactions, and it's just impossible to do. So anyway, that's my little rant, my little discussion about, you know, what I've been up to recently. So I made quite a nice income from investing in Ethereum. And what it's allowed me to do is it allowed me to really think about kind of what I want to give to the world, what I want to do. And I had a conversation with Luke today about how we can move forward with deep healing space, because really that's our passion, is to get information out to people in a really solid way. And basically, I suppose our platform is you know, promoting human development. Human development basically expands to many different areas. It can expand to health, finance, work-life balance, because at the end of the day, to be a very happy person, you need to be abundant in all areas of life, and there's a fine balance of that. So I think that's our real passion. So yeah, I'm off dancing now. I go to something called 5 Rhythms. If you should probably look that up. It's really good way of getting out there, meeting cool people, getting a little bit of exercise, doing something rhythmic, creative. So yeah, I'm on my way down there now. I do that twice a week. Definitely recommend it for people. I did struggle in the beginning when I still had a lot of fatigue, but now my energy's come back. I do like to go down there because it kind of allows me to express my love for music a little bit. So yeah, cool. Thanks for watching, people. Subscribe. I'm going to stop trying to push and advertise the channel a bit more, because obviously what we want to do is we want to grow the channel as much as possible, and hopefully you know, if me and Luke get more audience and more attention, it'll give us more time to be able to focus on deep healing space, rather than at the moment having loads of different jobs, which really we don't want to do. Alright, so yeah, please sign up, subscribe. Hopefully I'll be doing more of these soon, and stay tuned. Bye. Whew. Heavy session today. Whew. Well, back from dancing. Been a really good session. Again, I'll always say to anyone, if you got a 5 Rhythms dancing class going off in your area, definitely try it out, because it's really good, and you can meet some really cool, interesting people. But I'm back home now. I'm just gonna have something to eat quickly because I'm quite hungry. But I just want to show you this new little machine I've got. It's called a George Foreman grill, and I find it actually really helpful for cooking protein. One issue that I found in the past is that when I used to grill protein in under the grill, well, not necessarily on the grill, more in the pan, and I would use oil, it used to irritate me a little bit, because we try and get people on the program to have oil as raw as possible, but When I first started, I didn't really know much about cooking, and I used to fry a lot of my meat. And what I tended to find is that when I cooked the oil, what it used to actually feed on the candida in my stomach, and that wasn't very good. So I started using a grill, and that was much better because it meant that I didn't have to use oil, and I could put some raw oil on at the end. But I've got this little machine now. It's called a George Foreman grill. I just get the little fat collector. It needs a wash, but this little fat collector that goes under there, like that. And then what you do is you just plug it in, turn it on. It's got a little red light there. Literally within 2 minutes, it's heated up on green, and I just pop the protein in there. It's got a really powerful non-stick element, and I've checked it out. It's a really good one actually, so it doesn't do any harm in that respect. But yeah, literally I can cook my food really quick. You know, the quicker you cook your food, the more yang it is, and inside it's nice and soft if I'm cooking steak. So little tip for you there. I think they're quite cheap. George Foreman grill, pick one up.